2017 Maserati Levante. The Levante offers zesty Italian performance backed with an expressively designed exterior, kind of like an automotive Monica Bellucci. Two twin-turbo V6s are offered, one with 345 horsepower, the other with 424 horsepower. Both have an 8-speed automatic with all-wheel drive. The ride is compliant on road, off-road. The Levante is quite competent. The interior boasts lots of wood and leather, an 8.4-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Siri and Android Auto are standard. The Levante goes on sale this fall. Maserati has been here before. Preserving soul-stirring brand values while managing the balance sheet realities of being a tiny car maker has never been easy. The last time this Modena-based brand pulled it off, however, was long before Lamborghinis went from sharing farm fields with bulls to being named after bulls. In 1957, Maserati was a builder of low-volume sports cars and even lower-volume race cars. Back then, it was also an independent concern, unencumbered by the burdens or blessings of its current parent company, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. When its White Dame prototype rolled out that year, the Grand Tourer led the way for the series production 3500 GT, a volume seller, relatively speaking, with about 2,200 made, introduced into a market ripe for its combination of Italian speed, sound, and flair. Times have changed. Moving the sales needle on a comparable scale in 2017 means selling a truck. Well, okay, an SUV. To be completely fair, the Levante, undergirded by the Ghibli sedan, is a car-based SUV. Though it expands the market appeal of that platform, it faces no shortage of competition in the world of upscale crossovers. In the past year, Bentley and Jaguar have folded to the allure of SUV sales at the risk of enthusiast cred. And in the next 2 years, Aston Martin and Lamborghini will join the club. But an SUV, Italian or not, comes with certain practical expectations. We used the Levante accordingly, loading it with kids and bicycles and navigating Michigan's smooth gravel back roads and brutal tarmac 2 lanes. In fact, it was on one such 2-lane where we uncovered one of the Levante's more defining traits. Observing the busyness of its steering and spleen-splitting ride in sport mode, our 8-year-old daughter issued the most obvious question. "Daddy," she asked, "what happened to this thing?" Good question, kid. The answer is twofold. First, Michigan happened. No 2-lane in the heart of the Rust Belt survives more than a few years without measurable decay. Second, with its dampers in sport mode, the Levante is genuinely stiff, too stiff for Michigan, fine in California, and pretty good in northern Italy, where we first drove it last spring. Decoupling the powertrain from the stiffest damper setting improves ride quality without compromising engine response, but this is a tall wagon that feels so when driven with purpose. Our measurements confirmed the Levante's 26.0-inch center of gravity to be higher than that of a BMW X5M and a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, contradicting Maserati's claim that it has the lowest center of gravity in the SUV class. Computer-controlled air springs are standard and can raise or lower the Levante over a range of 3.4 inches. 6 ride height settings are available, depending on speed and drive mode. Though not obtrusive, the regular self-leveling is noticeable when the SUV is stopped. The Levante's hydraulically assisted steering, though full of noise, never really sings. Requiring medium effort at speed, the steering system conveys ample vibration through the column, but there's little sense of the available grip, the road texture, or the approaching limits. This system proves that fantastic steering is less a product of hardware than it is of priorities. We'll gladly take a carefully tuned electrically assisted system over one that pumps fluid but doesn't communicate. As priorities go, engine sound is one of Maserati's biggest. And the Levante makes its noises the old-fashioned way, it turns them. Paolo Dell'Acca, the Levante's chief engineer, proudly told us that the mill's harmonics are all natural. Spent hydrocarbons find their way to oral glory when bypass valves in the exhaust system fully open in sport mode. And it is, indeed, a raw, gratifying noise, reaching a 6,200 revolution per minute crescendo, then pausing ever so briefly as the next gear is loaded and fired.